Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. Today we're doing another top 10 Dokkan units that came out this year. These are all based on my opinion. You don't have to agree. And yeah. Now these are free to play EZAs. Last video, if you saw I think it came out like an hour ago, maybe. I don't know when I'm planning on releasing these. But yeah, I did free to play. Top 10. This time we're doing free to play EZAs. So all the characters were EZA'd. This will include LRs and URs and LRs. And yeah, remember, this is all based on my opinion. If y'all have your opinion, that's cool. Alright, now let's go to character number. Okay, honorable mentions first. Well, and one honorable mention, which is this metal cooler here. My thoughts about this not metal cooler. This metal cooler it's an alright unit, in my opinion. I mean, links are solid for the team you will be running them on. This came out during the Worldwide Down celebration. We got a bunch of metal coolers. A bunch of them EZA too. Actually, every single metal cooler has EZA'd. Or all the ones that haven't got EZA'd yet, got EZA'd. So here fireworks, because there is fireworks. I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. The links are decent. These two are definitely very good links. Real Beatdown, I think, is not a bad link, actually. It's pretty decent. It's been getting a lot better. But yeah, stuff like Deflected Boost, Auto Regeneration, and Fusion. They're not the greatest links, but since you'll be probably running this guy with metal coolers, maybe a full metal cooler, team here. And not bad. And Shadow Man, obviously, best link. Yeah, I think he's alright for supporter. He's a decent amount of support. He doesn't do too much, but he's alright. Not bad. He's raising attack and defense. He has decent stats and he's supporting. Why not? Okay, so here we got in 10th place, which is Hachan and Android 17. I think this is another, pretty decent unit, but he does have a very small amount of categories. The links are decent, solid support's pretty good. And he's a very defensive unit, which is, nice for free to play. Which I think that is best for free to play units to be, either they gotta be a pretty defensive unit, or or they could be a unit that's pretty good on attack and defense. And mainly what I would like to have for free play units are support units. But him might be a tank, third slot unit, it's nice. Or he could be a main slot unit if you want. And he's helpful for the Android team because this is probably the team you probably will be running him on. And the Android team this year has been very good with the Gammas. You got the Gammas, Cell. These guys are pretty good. Let's see, LR. We got LR Cell this year. Here he's EZA. Let's see, we get, and then there was the new Android 8 on JP. So Android's getting a pretty good boost this year. I think he doesn't do too much, but being defensive unit, that's good enough for me. Defensive, very tanky. Yeah, helpful for androids. Alright, 9th place is Goku and Chichi. This unit came out for the anniversary, and this is actually probably the best anniversary unit card that came out. Or free to play unit card for anniversary for this year. Maybe because, they have pretty good in terms of stat wise. They solid defense, solid attack. And their acid skill is pretty useful. Delaying the super attack for one turn. Or not delaying super attack, my bad. Delaying the attacks for one turn, which is very good. And I think this unit is going to be pretty good for Super Battle Road. Pretty helpful. They are sure, I guess they're on a small amount of categories. They don't have the best links, but they do got some one important link, which is solid family, and solid support. Solid support's a pretty good link. Very defensive. No, well, the family is defensive. So support's getting extra damage, but I kind of wish these guys were on Dragon Ball Saga because I think that would have helped Dragon Ball Saga a bit more. Plus, isn't this during Dragon Ball? Yeah, pretty sure this happens in the Dragon Ball, which Dragon Ball Saga is all Dragon Ball, but I think they have it where on Japan it's called Childhood Saga, so which is Goku during his childhood years, which is why we don't got like Team Goku on Dragon Ball Saga. But other than that, I mean, they're an okay support. I mean, not bad, but very good on Super Battle Road, I would say. Next up on the list, we have this STR Gohan from the Strike event, who got an EZA and a Dokkan Awakening this year of all these other Strike events, which is very nice. I mean, it's finally about time they finally Dokkan Awaken these guys and get them EZAs. And yeah, I mean, it's nice. This guy's only on JP as of right now, not on Global. I think this guy's coming out on Global next month with the Kid Goku celebration in January. Yeah, I'm assuming Kid Goku's coming out in January. But yeah, alright, my thoughts about this guy Gohan is he's also a pretty good unit. I mean, it's pretty solid, not bad. He's raising attack and defense on super, which is useful, good. Now this guy's not super tanky or got like the best stats, but I mean, this guy's gonna be he's gonna hold up alright. And plus, I think the team you're mainly gonna use him for is where is it? Dragon Ball Saga, yes. That's where he's probably mostly useful. Unless that's where he gets most of his passive activated, which is on the Kid Goku team, the power Kid Goku team, which that power Goku is already pretty powerful, and you got the Android and this guy supporting him. That's pretty good because this guy gives a 40% support if there's a Kid Goku on the team, but if he doesn't, if you don't got Kid Goku, he's still giving 20% support, which is pretty decent. Plus, he has guard, which is not bad, but it's only a high chance of guard, which is kind of disappointing. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty good. Not bad. And he is, putting up pretty decent stats. And decent damage, I'd say. And I think this guy could also be good for Battle Road. Yeah, he's a solid unit. Yeah, so far the units on this list are just solid. They're not game breaking. They're probably not usable in Red Zone. Except maybe Goku and Chichi. They probably might be usable in Red Zone. So. Yeah. Next up is the Metal Cooler Army. Wait, gee, I need to check something. So that other Metal Cooler Army, they got an easy over on JP. Let me check if it's on Global. I think it is, but gee, it's not on Global yet. Huh. Interesting. Check. Let me double check. Awaken. Oh, it's not on Global yet. But yeah, this guy easy on JP. So his JP, the easiest JP exclusive. I think his easy might come out next month. Because I'm assuming after. Actually, no, maybe February. Maybe February. So when I say February, because once this Gohan celebration is finished, which I'm pretty sure is going to finish maybe halfway through January, then we're going to go get the Kid Goku celebration. And then, part 2 Kid Goku celebration, I think might be a little Golden Frieza. So, at least it's my opinion. I'm not sure. But yeah, these guys, they're also another pretty decent unit. Because these guys are going to, this guy right here it's these guys. It's an army. Or what's going to be helpful for the, where is he? This Metal Core right here, guys. I think they share most of the links. Yeah, so they have big bad bosses together. So I just clan space, maybe? Yeah. Let's see, let me check. So they share 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links together, which is pretty good. I mean, this guy is giving you like a 30% defense support, and then he's giving defense of the team on super. That's pretty good. And I think he has a chance of getting additional super attacks, which is good, because hey, it's a way of raising his defense. So this guy, or these guys are pretty good as a third, like a floater unit. Having a floater. He's giving the support to the team. Boom. Yeah, pretty good. They're just decent at most. Because they don't do anything more than having decent stats and some support. So, which is not bad. Next up here, we have Am's third form. This guy got an easy during, I think, November with the Super Jump Hero celebration. And honestly, most of the free-to-play units were pretty decent at most. This guy, I think, is probably the best Heroes unit that came out during that celebration because of this guy's supporting. And then, yeah, okay, this guy does nothing but have, I guess, some stats and give support. But this guy's stats is actually pretty good after he's fully built up. I think this guy can actually maybe hold up maybe against some of the easier red zones. Probably good for Super Battle Road. Because, I mean, once he gets fully built up, he's pretty ridiculous of how good his stats are. Where he's actually pretty tanky. Which is surprising. I mean, links are not the greatest, but I mean, they're alright. And he's on a bunch of categories that he can help. And I think he's going to be good on all these categories. Mainly, he's helping with the Super Giant Heroes for the Extreme units because they really needed help this year. And they got the help they needed. Because you got stuff like Hearts, Rebellu, this guy, I think she got better. This guy's decent. This guy's pretty good. And yeah, I mean, you ever got some decent guys like this. I think this character is pretty decent. Other than that, I mean, yeah. He did what he needed to do, which is help the heroes category. I think this guy would age. I'm not sure how this guy will age, though. I mean, he'll probably age fine. Maybe he'll probably just age okay. Hopefully, he ages actually pretty good. Because that's the problem with hero units, they age pretty quick. But hopefully, this guy lasts for quite a while. And yeah. Next up, we got Tech Cooler. This guy, before he got his Dokkan Awakening, already looked pretty good. Well, solid when he first came out. But once he got his, Dokkan Awakening, that's when we started seeing a lot of potential with this guy. And I thought, hey, this guy's gonna be pretty good. And what'd you know? He played pretty good. He's doing. Okay, no, we're not the best attack, but he's doing decent attack. And this guy gets pretty tanky, which is good. I mean, that's what free-to-play units should be. Pretty tanky units. And then he's giving some pretty good support. And he's giving crit chance, which is also nice. And yeah, pretty good links. Actually, I almost got this guy fully level 10 links. Good, he's on good categories. The only problem with this guy, though, is there's another cooler, which I think some of y'all do know, is the STR cooler, which pretty much is the tech cooler, but better. Yeah, I mean, he is better support, better defense, raises defense faster, does more damage. He does everything like this guy does, but better. That's the only problem, because what's the point in running this guy when you have a better version of him? That's the only weakness of this unit. But I think you could still run this guy along with STR Cooler. Maybe it's like a floater. I think he'll probably do fine as floater, but other than that, that's his only issue. And maybe he may sack a little bit slow sometimes, especially when you got STR Cooler supering a whole bunch of times, where this guy doesn't get a chance to super. So that's another issue with him. But overall, this guy's pretty good for free-play units, or free-play players who don't got the STR Cooler and the STR Coolers. Okay, now let's talk about these guys. When this character first came out, I honestly was not impressed. Honestly, I was disappointed. But when they got Dokkan Awakened, I saw some potential once they transformed. Not with Kid Gohan, because Kid Gohan already he kind of sucked. But when this guy got an EZA, the EZA became pretty good. Because, I mean, they have pretty good links, especially after transformation. They have some pretty good links. Like Sand Lineage, probably one of the best links in the game. On the family, defensively, no shocking speed, prepared for battle. Those are the links you need. And Samurai Race, I think, is also a pretty good link for attack wise, but let's talk about Kid Gohan. He's dodging, which is pretty good. Dodging is useful. He can seal, which is also very good. So this guy is like a Super Battle Road kind of character, which is good. And I think these guys are actually somewhat solid in, what is it? Red Zone. Maybe get a few dodges. Then you transform this guy who will be guarding. Yeah, I mean, this guy's pretty good. But I mean, pretty big amount of categories. He guards, does pretty good, decent damage, and has pretty solid and pretty good defense. Barely taking any damage once you get the guard up. And plus, when when you use that skill, fully heals up. That's nice. So yeah, these guys are pretty good survival option. Just or like a typical event option character. But yeah. Alright, now let's talk about this LR Captain Ginyu Force EZA. So when these guys EZA, they're incredible, I would say. I mean, they're a Rainbow Orb Changer, they give support. Both on his passive and their super attack, I believe. Yeah, support. Which is good. Pretty good stats. Not the best links. Pretty good amount of big amount of categories. These are good. These guys are good, especially when you got all of these these are especially good once you got them with Ginyu Force ally category allies, which Ginyu Force right now is a pretty good category. I mean, you got this AGL Ginyu who's the probably maybe top 5 TUR units in the game. Are they guys top 10? Or is this counting game top 10? Maybe. I mean, these two support units are pretty good. I mean, you got this guy on the team. I mean, yes, the Game Force category is actually pretty solid. The only problem is these guys are kind of restricted. If you want these guys to be incredible, you gotta have them on the Game Force team. But if you don't have them on the Game Force team, I mean, they'll do pretty alright, pretty decent. If you see my, showcase videos, I mean, they were doing okay. Not bad. I mean, they're still getting pretty good support. And the only thing if you don't have the Game Force team, they're still getting all the good support. They have okay stats. But when you have them with the Game Force team, they're pretty good on stats. And they give the useful support that the Game Force team needs. Okay, so now here we go with the Ginyu in Goku's body with the Ginyu Force. These guys are, I think, in my opinion, are maybe a slightly better improvement over these guys. Because, in my opinion, I mean, it greatly raises attack and defense, which is good. Plus, they're giving, stats-wise, are pretty okay without the Ginyu Force. Especially, they're greatly raise attack and defense, which is good. Unless their support's better because they're giving. Well, here's the thing. They're already giving 30% support here, and they're giving Extreme Class allies 30% support. That's 60%. They gave additional to Ginyu Force allies, which I think this is what these guys' main purpose are. Ginyu Force. They have an extra 29%, which is really crazy support for Ginyu Force. So yeah, pretty good. I'm glad that's yeah. They're just these guys, but a bit better. Or at least, but not last, we got Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. This guy came out, well, on global. This guy kind of recently just came out. Kind of. Not really, because this came out, what, 3 weeks ago? 84? Which is, this guy is pretty good. And I think, in my opinion, the best free-to-play unit in this game right now. Maybe because Super Tech or his leader skill is pretty good for free-to-play unit, for free-to-play character, people. I mean, this guy's second attack and defense on Super. Okay, it's pretty much, okay, let me explain how this guy works. So, I mean, he has pretty good links on a bunch of categories. And this guy, his pass is pretty good. And this guy, when he first came out on GP, people weren't happy with the EZA. Luckily, they decided to change his EZA, and he got better. So this guy, it's pretty much all you have to do. I mean, this guy stacks pretty easily most of the time. He raises attack and defense, which is good. And then after you do his Ultra Super, he can do additional, which is nice. Because with the additional, you really want to be stacking with this guy. So, after he stacks quite a few times, I think he builds up in his passive a bit. Yeah, he does build up in his passive a bit, which is good. He hits pretty tanky, and he's doing pretty big damage, which is exactly what you're looking in a free-play unit. You want your 70 to be, tanky, and do good damage. This is exactly what this guy does. Yes, he does not have support, but he's giving probably what those players need. A tanky and a big hitting unit. Will this guy be good red zone? Not exactly. This guy can be okay in red zone, but he could probably help out in some X-Men, I would say. Maybe, if you're like a free-to-play player and using all free-to-play units to do that event. Just stacking, but yeah, other than that, this guy's pretty good in most events, except for maybe red zone. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's it for today's video. I guess that's all I really have to say about, tier list. All these units are good. Pretty good stats. Most of these EZAs were pretty good this year. But then we did also have some bunch of terrible units that got bad EZAs. But mostly good ones, I think, so far this year, which is good. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Happy New Year's. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new or you've done so already. Or just subscribe. There should be a bell icon. Once you bell icon, you should get notifications for when my new videos come out. See you guys next time.